whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
380.
On 1st down, Bortles. And a catch made here by Marquise Lee. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
380.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. The big boy's big dream right there. He got to rumble and stumble all the way for 6.
Nothing like big man with football, is there? I mean, that brings people onto their feet every single time. And his dream was answered on that one, wasn't it? It was realized. He picks it off and takes it to the end zone.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Now Bortles. And the Raiders have got him. Mario Edwards. Busting through to get him for a loss of 6. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them.
And the pressure gets to him again. Take care of him. In there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. A fake to Fournette, now it's Bortles to throw. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. And they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Taken right around the 44. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Carr going to throw. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football, but they face a second and long to start things out. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Carr to throw on second down. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. The 20. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. He tried to get something going there with a little toss behind the line of scrimmage. Unsuccessful.
How about the athleticism of the coverage, though? Being able to dance with him coming out of the backfield. That's not easily done. But not only did he dance, took it, wheeled, and went the other way. Ended up with 6 points for his team.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit, now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
380. 380. 380.
A handoff to Fournette. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Let's go, let's go.
Bortles to throw on second down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Justin Ellis, never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
Let's go.
Shotgun now for Bortles. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That one goes for 36 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 38. Bortles now on 1st down. They go with the screen. It's Yeldon. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play. And facing a 2nd and long.
380.
From the gun, it's Bortles. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Reggie Nelson. And he will bring us all the way back out to midfield.
You got to know as a quarterback that it's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. And off comes to Martin. And he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Get set, get set.
Carr now on first down. And that's incomplete. A strong safety, Barry Church, all over that one and knocked it away.
That's just flat out a terrific play, because it's rare that you see a hitch route batted down. That means someone read that one really well and was right on the spot when the ball got to the receiver.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Monday, down. 180.
Now Carr on the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this.
Get set, get set.
Here's Martin. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Hey. Get down, get down. 180. 44 check.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 5 at the 4. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr, and it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Go. Get set, get set.
They'll run for him with Lynch. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
The ball placed just outside of the end zone as they come up again on another 3rd and goal. They come out here in the I. Here is Lynch on 3rd and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Marshawn Lynch taking it in from a yard out. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Going for the deep. Oh, wide open. Complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Dante Moncrief, 75 yards. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Lets it go for Nelson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Get down! 180!
They run the counter with Martin. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down. Here now, Johnny Townsend on for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at about the 14. So a change of possession here on the punt. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. They go play action here on first down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Rashawn Melvin that time able to make the play.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's a give to Fournette. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2, now third down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They try to fire up the running game with Martin. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down, Carr. Nelson's got it here right side. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Dante Fowler. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
go.
Now Leonard Fournette. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. 39 yards. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr will try it again on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it just shy of the 35. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. That connection with Jordy Nelson coming on the drag route.
Hard to believe that he was a walk-on.
Yeah, Kansas State.
It's so hard to believe that people missed entirely on him. But how about his ability to work and run any route you need? And that completion is evidence that it doesn't matter what you call, he's going to find a way to get open.
Walk on at Kansas State. Now the locker rooms are named after him there. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Oakland. This is taken around the 12. Back now in the East Bay, as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 27. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Justin Ellis in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now a play fake. Bortles. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And the safety, Carl Joseph, there to knock that one away.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
Let's take it at around the 40. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. That goes for a gain of 31. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down, escaping the pressure right. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw is Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Amari Cooper, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon, and he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A 1st down carry now for Yeldon. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go. Mike 39, Lucy.
Now they'll throw it. Bortles. Lee's got it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That goes for a gain of 31. They'll run it now out of the gun. And past the 30 down to about the 27. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
380. 380.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
This is Fournette. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now Fournette looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Let's go. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block him. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offense's backfield has been something else in this game.
And Lambeau will put this one through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? And the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there. They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals.
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Oakland, we sign off. So long, everybody.
Money bag.